My mic working? It sure is. So good. Sorry about the VOD restart real quick. Forgot to change all the Twitch stuff. I hate that about Twitch. Hate that about Twitch. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Let me delete that old VOD real quick. Just lickety split. Let's see. How do I even do this? Video producer? Yes. That's exactly how I do it. Delete. Am I loud and clear? Hello? Hello, everybody. Let me get my camera working. Camera lady. Camera, come here. Thank you. Oh gosh, my camera's not charged. Oh boy. Hello. Also, I forgot to actually pull my elliptical over. Oh, there's some wires in the way. Let's get those out of here. Ack! Last time I did a workout stream, my mic was all messed up. So, yay for having a better mic this time. That'll be nice. Where's the plug for this? How do I plug this in? Where is that? I have absolutely no idea. What the heck? Oh, it's right here. Here we go. Plug in the elliptical so that it actually has some resistance to it. Okay. This music sucks. Also, I'm sorry if you could hear all the outside stuff. It's just my life. Let's see, chiptune. Come on, show me the playlist I always like. Stupid thingy. Website, there it is. There we go. Hello, Save. There we go. Hello. Sounds like I'm saying hello to myself. I hate that. Hi, girlies. I'm trying to create a antithesis to Ludwig's boys. Oh, and now the garbage truck decided to come through. Come through, garbage truck. Okay. Hi. Oh, I forgot to turn on the lights. There we go. Hello. Hello. I added some fun redeems, by the way. There's lots of fun redeems now. So many. There's so many redeems now, but I got the changing model ones to work. I say work. Work is a strong word because the models are really short. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe someone who's more versed in VTube Studio knows how to fix that. If there's a way to fix that, I'm not sure that there is. I guess I'll look into it later. I have no idea. But hi, everyone. Did it stop playing music? Oh, it sure did. Oh, it sure did. Please. There we go. Okay. Save check. Not quite applicable to this stream, is it? Okay. I don't have shoes on. You can use elliptical without shoes, right? Can I use my KFP slippers? Oh boy. This is how I sprained my wrist last time. But it's okay. We're not gonna do that this time. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no. I might have broken the power cord. Oh, we're good, we're good. It's not broken. It's not broken somehow. Can your VTube Studio camera work if it's sideways? Not really. Guess we're about to find out. Oh, it does! Nice. There we go. I guess my VTube Studio camera does work if it's sideways. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello-a. Hello-a. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Is the music too loud? It is a little too loud, I can tell. I've had quite the week. Quite the long. 1 week is perhaps not enough to encompass how long it's been. I don't know. But like, I mean, I've mentioned it. I was like, I have bad brain. And what I was referencing was brain fog, which is just a really great condition. Like I say condition, it's a state of being in which you just can't think properly. It's as if your brain's full of cotton. You have thoughts, but it's like they're through like 6 panes of plastic and you just can't see them properly. Like you're driving in a big fog. It sucks. And I feel like I've been that way for like a month now. But this morning I finally woke up and I feel like I can use my brain, which I have to say feels really good. Feels really great. I can actually do my job properly. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I've been like binging all kinds of, that sounds very unpleasant. It is very unpleasant. It's very unpleasant. And it was just like a symptom of the actual like mental illnesses is not the right word. But I guess I'll say that. The symptom of the mental illnesses I was suffering with. That being mostly depression. I don't really get brain fog when I get anxiety, because when I get anxiety, I just can't think because I have too many brain thoughts, but mostly depression. I had this really bad habit the last couple of weeks where when I'm like that, I just start watching all these videos that are just like super toxic. Like, I remember many months ago, I was like, I started watching all these Trisha Paytas videos. But this time, I wouldn't say these videos this time were toxic. They were just like upsetting, right? So this time I started binging this YouTube channel called Dissociative, which is this woman who has dissociative identity disorder. You guys, dissociative identity disorder is wild. You might know it as multiple personality disorder. It's a mental disorder that develops when you're a child from like very traumatic abuse, from before your personality is able to form. Anyways, it's really wild. You guys should look into it. It's crazy. Well, it's not crazy as in they're crazy. It's crazy as in, wow, that's wild. Mental health deep dive right now, baby. Right now, baby. You came to the right place. Part of my so I think what happened with my mental health was I was already kind of just like in a little bit of a down slope, you have peaks and valleys with your own mood, right? I was already kind of in a down slope. And then I hurt my wrist and I started wearing the splint. Wearing the splint is what was like, oh man, I hate this. I hate this. And then something crazy happened. I started watching this YouTube channel of this girl. What's her name? Taylor? That doesn't sound right. Paige? I feel like her name is like Paige Lay or something like that. And she's a woman with like autism, right? And I was like, oh man, I relate to everything you're saying. And that was a bit of a whole thing. The music stopped again. Come on. So that sent me into a spiral. Why does the music keep stopping? I have no idea why the music keeps stopping. Oh, great, thanks. Neighbor, thank you so much. Love that. Oh, now I can't see chat. Oh God. Chat, come back. So yeah, anyways, turns out, did you know that women with autism consistently are diagnosed way later than boys? Partly because like when they were determining what the signs of autism are in children, they only studied boys. And then also women, or people who are raised as women, just like consistently like are better at, like, they call it masking, which is where you just like copy the people around you. And so it's not obvious that your brain is working differently than other people's. Which is so wacky. So anyways, does the music stop not playing again? Why does the music keep stopping? Like, actually though. Why did I pay all this money on this website for that? Although actually people say this all the time, that the music on this site doesn't work. But yeah, so anyways, pretty confident. Pretty confident, very confident, 100% confident, I would even say, that I am a person on a spectrum, which is just a wacky thing to learn as a fully grown adult, you know. You said it took 18 years? Yep, exactly. And I've also learned, so obviously when you suspect something like this, you're like, well, I guess I should like go see a psychologist and get a diagnosis. Did you know it is damn near impossible to get an autism diagnosis as an adult? Did you know it's like really hard to do that? And even if you try, it costs many thousands of dollars and like many months. And even if you do it, they might just brush you off. Did you know this? Oh man. So I'm like, well, you know what? Honestly, screw that. And then I felt really bad, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's in my head, or like maybe this is, maybe it's just, confirmation bias or something, right? American healthcare sounds fantastic. The heart and star eyes for this is so funny. And the bright red skin, right? Which is accurate to my physical being. Is music stopping again? Okay, well, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna download one of these songs and we're just gonna put it on loop. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, this one. We're gonna download this one. Okay. Back to what I was talking about. So, in fact, it is so hard to get an autism diagnosis, even when it's really obvious to the person, that concept dynamically adjusts song playback speed with heart rate. Oh my God. By the way, this is a problem all over the world. It's not just America. Yeah, because in a lot of places also, even if even if the doctor says, yes, you probably are autistic, they won't diagnose you with it because they don't want you to be discriminated against. So, you know, it's a problem no matter where you go. Do I plan to do something with the news of autism? I did more or less nothing different after finding out I had it. Well, to say I'm going to do something with it, I don't think I'm going to seek a diagnosis, but I will it gives me context, right? And it allows me to like Google, like, hello, I feel like this. Why? So it allowed me to like I was in that really heavy, the brain fog was definitely like almost the worst yesterday, pretty much, that it's been. Especially after like, you know, like finding out something like that about yourself is just like very extremely overwhelming. Like just ridiculously overwhelming. So basically last night I was like, okay, well, routine. I mean, to be fair, honestly, the funny thing is the individual facts I've always known about myself, but like for instance, I have a really bad problem with snacking. I'm not hungry. I'm absolutely not hungry. I'm actually quite full to the point of bursting, but I'm like, I need food. And you know what that is? You know what that turns out to be? That's a taste stim. It's called a taste stim. It's a stim for my taste buds. And so I Googled it and they were like, oh yeah, like we have these, you just get some sugar-free cough drops. And I was like, oh my God, that's genius. So right now I'm currently working on redirecting that stim towards the sugar-free cough drops. Stuff like that. a lot of my like there's this one flower that I love the smell of. I love the smell of it. And anytime I see it, I will literally like go to heaven and earth to like go over and like press my head in the bushes and sniff it. And I'm like, I guess this isn't normal, but this flower just smells so damn good. And I'm like, now I'm like, oh, that's a stim. That's absolutely a stim. The worst part about that, by the way, is that these flowers only grow in one time a year, and I can't find anyone who makes a synthetic version of it. It's very frustrating. That's very frustrating, but that's a whole other thing. Was I going with this? What kind of flower? I'm not going to tell you because it's a highly regionally specific. Sorry. But I mean, I'll tell you, it's just a really sweet smell. It's like a really, really, really sweet smelling flower. And so it just smells really nice. Yeah, so that's wacky. That's been my week or so. It's just like watching adult autism videos. By the way, you know what's really annoying? You know what's really annoying? If you try to Google resources for autism, it's all for parents. It's all for parents. There's barely any resources for the person with the condition. You never had these smell experiences? Oh, smell is a really, really, really strong stim for me. It's probably my strongest. I love the smell of my pillows. The absolute best. Smell of my pillows trumps, well, actually, honestly, it's the flowers and then the smell of my pillows. It's just like I don't know, it's like a weird, it's not, I know the smell itself is not like a clean smell necessarily, but I mean, it smells nice. It's like fabric softener, kind of. It's like a very specific kind of fabric softener or something. Anyways, and then just like my house in general, which is similar to the smell of my pillows. The smell experience, right? So like sometimes it'll just be like the middle of the day and I'm like, oh man, and I just bury my head in my pillows and I'm like, oh, it's the good stuff. I have a lot of touch stims, but my touch stims aren't like tapping or hitting, or it's not like a real like physical, like, you know, a force. all of my touch stims are like, oh man, this bubble, this concave bubble is just so perfect. Like the way that my finger fits in this bubble, that's great. The smell of hair shampoo after a while, I don't think my shampoo smells like anything. I've never smelled it shampoo that really, you always have to do something with your hands. Yeah, that's kind of relatable to me. In fact, I remember as a kid, I got in trouble a lot for like humming, because when I hummed a certain frequency, my teeth would rattle together in a really specific way. And that was really nice, but I got in trouble for that a lot. So yeah, although I think the one thing that's interesting though is that like most people with autism, or like a lot of people with autism I should say, have a really bad like internal sense, like being able to tell when they're hungry or being able to tell when they have to go to the bathroom, and internal sense of temperature. Mine is absolutely extremely sensitive. That sounds like a superpower. Oh, being able to hum a certain frequency? I mean, you can do it too. You just have to put your teeth together like really closely and then just like hum. It's not special. I don't really do it anymore. Oh, I had a stim. I had a stim until I was like until I was like probably almost into high school, probably even into high school, where I like rubbed my fingernails on my pillows when they were cold, and it felt really nice. Now looking back on it, I'm like, oh, that's a stim. You said you're aware of your pulse too. Yeah. I'm aware of my pulse. Honestly, all of that is okay. That's fine. The problem with my hyper internal sensitivity is that I'm super sensitive to temperature, specifically heat. So if it's even honestly even 2 degrees above what's a comfortable temperature to me, I literally can't even think. It's so uncomfortable. You almost never get cold. Yeah. I don't really get cold either. I only get cold if I'm just like not moving, which does happen, of course. Like even when I'm sitting here at my desk this morning, it was kind of cold in my room and I was like, oh, it's a little too cold, but I didn't really do anything about it, you know? But yeah, I've mentioned before that I'm like super sensitive taste buds. It's because my taste is absolutely my strongest sense. And of course, smell being really related to taste, smell is my second strongest sense. So that's why my stims in those 2 senses are the strongest. Whew. But it also explains why like I can't understand people like at all. If there's like any sort of sound going on. Oh, also, I get really bad insomnia in general, but it's actually frequently caused by like literally any sort of sounds. And it was funny because one of the common themes I kept seeing in all the videos I was watching, all the adult autism videos, was like, yes, there is a sound. I'm not crazy. And I was like, oh, me, literally me. Like, in fact, I've spent literally so many nights Googling like low hum constantly, only at night, trying to sleep. I know it's real because if I go to a certain place, it stops, right? It's the real hum. So yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, because I'm so sensitive and I need everything to be perfect, like the temperature and the sound and everything, it's really hard for me to sleep. So my parents call me the princess in the pea. The refrigerator two rooms away, relatable, yeah. For me, usually, it's either my fan, which it's like I'm too hot to sleep, but if I turn the fan on, it's too loud. Ah! Ah! So for me, it's usually like one of my neighbors is doing something. Like last night at 11 p.m., someone was like, they had like a bandsaw in their garage somewhere in the neighborhood. And I was like, why are you doing woodworking at 11 p.m. This is definitely against the sound ordinance. What is happening? And there was another time where my neighbor, I mentioned this on stream, but my neighbor was like outside my window and she was like talking to someone on the phone, and I was like, God, shut the fuck up. That specific thing is called misophonia, by the way. You have bad tinnitus, so you typically can't sleep without noise, or else you hear the ringing in your own ears. So the funny thing is it's not that there can't be any noise at all. It's specifically noise that you know you can't control. And for me, it's specifically when I know the noise is being caused by another human and that they could stop it. So it's a very neurological thing, right? It's like an emotional thing. It's not even necessarily the fact that there's sound. So like, which is a misophonia thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's super weird. It's super, super, super weird. That's very nuanced. It is really nuanced, isn't it? So it's like, I fall asleep to YouTube videos literally almost every night in order to drown out the sounds that other people make. It's really weird. Winter is awful here because the snow slowly melts down the metal gutters, and you have to put on a rain map. Oh, that sounds annoying. But I actually don't know if that would, like, I don't want to say trigger me, but I don't know if that would trigger me, because I know that's not a human, you know, that's nature. I'm usually okay with nature. So like rain, I really like. Wind, I'm actually okay with, unless it's kind of scary. Have I tried earplugs? I can't do earplugs because I have like a little bit of eczema inside my ears. So my ear environment is really sensitive, so I can't do earplugs. Did the music stop again? No, it didn't. It's just the sawing is really loud outside. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, even if I wore earplugs, I'm pretty sure I'd still be able to hear it. Because my hearing's just that sensitive. Because it gets to a point where it's like, I know that this sound is happening, and that's the important part. You know what I mean? It's super weird. It's super weird. And very annoying. But I'm kind of starting to get over it, honestly. Well, I've been mentally doing workouts. Mental workouts! That's why I named the stream this. To work on it. You try earplugs and they hurt and they don't cover up the noise anyways. Exactly. Plus the sensation of the earplugs being in my ears would be too annoying for me to be able to sleep anyways, so yeah. So yeah, anyways, I've had a rough week. Today's my first good day in like many weeks. You just have to get up and do something when stuff like that happens. That makes sense. That makes sense. For me, I just turn on my computer or my phone and I just like play a video, read a manga or something and try to wait for it to pass, or that I get so tired that I don't really care. But that usually doesn't happen. So I usually have to put on a video. I really like Nile Red and I really like Baumgartner Restoration. Those are my two favorite videos to watch, favorite channels to watch while I fall asleep, because they're just like very monotone. Yeah. And then I can sleep properly. Well, I'm starting to get hungry, which is good, because you know what I'm getting for lunch? I'm getting tteokbokki again. Because I was like, you know what? I feel good. This feels like a celebration. I'm gonna get tteokbokki. It's funny because for a long time I was really into this channel that she does puzzles. She just solves puzzles. And I was like, I love this channel. This is really nice. Oh, you know what I learned too? Sorry, this is kind of related. Did you know that I mean, like, to a certain extent, I think that everyone can understand, like, oh, like a fidget cube, or like, you know, something that smells good and you want to keep smelling it. But did you know that there are visual stims too? I didn't know this. I didn't know that there were visual stims, and I now understand why I have such an absolutely visceral response to watching dog videos. Those are absolutely a visual stim for me. Absolutely. I didn't know that. That was so interesting. Which is, yeah. Speaking of puzzles, do I watch Cracking the Cryptic? No, I have, but I don't know, he's kind of boring. Because he's the guy who just solves the puzzles, right? And then explains how he solves them. I'm like, well, he's not good enough at the puzzles for me to be impressed by him. And like, I'm not getting anything out of this. Whereas like the puzzle girl that I was talking about, who I need to look up again. She takes us, it's more like a vlog or like an emotional journey through her solving the puzzle, because she solves like these huge puzzles, right? And she stops it and she checks in and she's like, oh, you guys, I had a really hard time with this section. There's so many colors and they're all the same. And I just really like her. She's just really great. And it was funny because I've seen a lot of times, I have to take my splint off because it's so sweaty. I've seen a lot of comments on her. Wow, that is a lot of sweat. I'm not even a sweaty person. It's just warm in here. I've seen so many comments on her channel that were like, oh, I have autism and your videos are really calming. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't think about it at the time. But now I'm like, yes, they are calming. They're really nice. They're really nice. Absolutely exhausting week. I still haven't told my parents. Although the funny thing is that I told my parents a long time ago. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum. But like, you know, I hadn't like done any research into it or anything, right? I was just like, I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum. And so they were like, huh? Oh, okay. And ever like for the last like year and a half, they keep being like, Lua, you gotta watch this Netflix show about this autistic kid. I don't know what it's called. I watched a couple episodes when they were visiting, but I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't seem like a very interesting show to me, honestly. And also, it feels like a pretty narrow type of autism. So yeah. Do you guys know what the show I'm talking? Oh wow, that hurt. I really should not use my left wrist while I'm doing this. People don't understand that doing simple puzzles is super nice, especially against headaches or just to relax. Puzzles are nice. I don't like puzzles simply because I don't feel like I accomplish anything. Wow, my wrist actually really hurts now. That's great. I don't feel like I accomplish anything. My mom loves puzzles though. Honestly, you know what the funny thing is, you guys? After doing a lot of research into this, I'm like, I think both my parents are on the spectrum. Like, I know that's probably might just be confirmation bias, but like, I know my parents and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Sometimes you just do math to relax. This is why you did model kits a lot over the pandemic, worked a different part of your brain than programming. That's fair. Actually, doing a lot of sewing recently has been really helpful because, you know, it also works a different part of my brain. Getting up and actually moving my hands around and doing some sewing. Which, by the way, I finished the cosplay I've been working on, which is, well, I thought I had finished it, but I had forgotten this one little detail, so I have to go do that. But yeah. I like doing these streams. They're like almost social interaction. It's like 3% social interaction. If that makes sense, right? Because I'm just stuck in my own house all day. I really don't see anyone. Although I'm gonna be seeing a lot of people in the next 2 weeks. That's gonna be a little stressful. It's like nothing, like literally not seeing a single person that you know for, how many months has it been? Since Farah came over. So what's that's like 2 or 3 months? And then on Friday, my friend's gonna come visit, and then I'm gonna go see Farah, and then I'm gonna go to someone's birthday party. And then the next week I'm gonna be around like a ton of people, and I'm like, oh God. And then a month after that, I'm going to somewhere. But yeah, it's okay. I need some social interaction, or I go a little bit crazy. Only a little bit. I feel like I lose all my social skills. Then AEW. That's kind of a far time away. actually, no, yeah, AEW is like, yeah, it's actually somewhat close. Indeterminate time and date. We'll tell you guys after they're all done and everything. But yeah, that's exciting too. I have to take a day off for that, actually. I have to take a couple days off for that. But I'm really excited. Oh, it's been so fun. Me and Farrah, we started a wrestling channel in our Discord, and we've just been talking about MJF. It's great. It's really great. She hadn't seen the song. She hadn't seen the song. What seats did we get? They're not the seats that are on the ground by the ring, but the ones right up from that. Oh, right next to the hard cam. Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? Can't remember. Yeah, I'm excited to see live wrestling too. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. What started my interest in wrestling? I just realized how close it was to VTubing. You found the fight you mentioned. Oh yeah, you send it to me on Twitter. That's in some way. Hiccup. Oh, you posted it in the fan cam thread? Perfect, 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 perfect. I'll take a look at it afterwards. Hard cam to your back is the best seats. All the action happens towards you. It's not quite towards our back. I think it's literally like directly to our left. So we're not behind it, but we're also not in front of it. So they're okay seats, they're pretty good. One thing you didn't realize when going to a live event is that there's no commentary. Oh, I didn't think about that either. But to be fair, I've literally not watched any wrestling with commentary. So I think it'll be no different for me. Yeah, every single wrestling thing I've seen, I'm either talking over it or it's like an edited video or something. So I think I'll be fine. I don't know the names of the moves or anything. I just vibes only. But the roster's gonna be good, so I'm looking forward to it. You personally really needed JR to tell me so-and-so was running away like a scalded dog. Yeah, I think I do too, but it'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited. It'll be good. Oh, you know what's also fun, you guys? Speaking of live events, speaking of the pinnacle of your industry, I'm taking a long way around to say the Olympics of drag, which is RuPaul's Drag Race. Start your engines, RuPaul's Drag Race. May the best woman win. All-Star 7 is starting next month towards the end. And guess what, you guys? Guess what? Me and Dakuma are gonna do live watch-alongs of like the whole series. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to collab with Dakuma on stream for so long. We're finally gonna do it. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Get ready to learn a lot about Drag Race. We're both really big fans of RuPaul's Drag Race. Even if you don't care about drag, too bad. But yeah, honestly, part of the reason I got so into wrestling is that there's a lot of drag queens that are really into wrestling. Because the line between wrestling and drag is paper thin. Paper thin. Seriously, paper thin. It's really, really, really similar. There's only a few differences. One is that you throw money on the stage. The other one is a contact sport. But they involve a similar amount of athleticism and a similar amount of pain, honestly. Drag and wrestling and VTubing is all the same. Everyone is always saying this. I know, right? Yeah. I guess they're both all about the show. Yes, it's like pure entertainment. Like, your only job is to get the audience as hype as physically possible. And that's it. Which I guess is... I think VTubing is definitely the weakest of the three in this triad. You throw money on the stage at lucha matches, then there's no difference between them. The amount of makeup is the same. Actually, the funny thing is that drag queens wear more padding than wrestlers frequently, because the fake boobs and the fake butt and the shapewear, it all serves to protect you. Which is why drag queens can do stuff like jump from the ceiling. Oh boy. I knew there was a kind of wrestling where you threw money on the stage. It just felt right. You don't want to get them too hype if your earlier matches in the card, you can suck the air out of the room. See, the funny thing is in drag, they certainly try to, like with the person who's making the lineup for a drag performance, for a drag show, they certainly want to, I mean, it's like a similar thing, right? You have like the people who warm up the room and blah, 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 and you work towards the bigger people. However, the difference is that the person performing is not told like, hey, don't perform as hard. And so they're probably gonna give it their all, more or less, because they just want to suck all the money out of the room. Now that said, there's maybe a dynamic of like, hey girl, like, hey, stop stealing all my tips. Like, could you not do your Britney number right before my Beyonce number? Or something. What do I know? But it's not very formal. I'm so excited for tteokbokki. Although I kind of want like fries or something. No, I want tteokbokki. Although tteokbokki when it's this hot. Does that sound like a good idea? I'll deal with it. But yeah. The funny thing is well, never mind. Yeah, you don't want to kick out 5 super kicks in the opening match or kick out or something that will end in a main event. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how drag queens decide their numbers, because I've been to some shows where like every single person was absolutely incredible, right? And then I've also been to some shows in real life, I'm talking about, where like every single number was extremely lackluster and very boring. And I think in general, it has a lot to do, more to do with the venue and the crowd, like the crowd that you're performing to, than it does like the other queens or anything. I mean, they have also themed nights and stuff, but so like the worst shows I've ever been to are all brunches, drag brunches, because they just walk around, collect money from people, and there's so many people in the room that they only have time to just collect tips instead of actually perform. Of course, the best queens can do both at the same time, but that's a whole other thing. Also depends on the kind of number you're doing. But yeah, it's like, it's weird, it's wacky. Yeah, I'm excited to, also me and Dogma are gonna do a stream next week where we just talk about Drag Race. And I have a lot of catch up to do because I haven't watched the newest season. Crowd reaction is huge for all kinds of events we've seen at concerts. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, concerts and stuff, but like, I mean, that's true. I mean, it is true of all entertainment that the whole point is to give the most value to the audience. But I think that there's something really unique about wrestling and like drag in that you can do anything. If you can do anything if you think you're just gonna hype up the audience, right? It's kind of like no holds barred, but like in a more metaphorical sense. As a concert, you know, you are trying to hype everyone up, but it's still music. You still have to perform music. I guess that's true of drag. I mean, it's not even true of drag. Drag, you actually don't have to do anything. You don't have to perform music. I think it's a two-way interaction where both play an equal role. Yeah, that's true. Although there are some people who can be hype to a bad audience. Oh boy. Oh, I'm starting to get really hungry. Oh, I can hear my tummy. This is a good workout. This is a good workout. This is a good stream. Good stream. Good stream, everyone. The one thing is that I've been like, I guess, so high emotion the last week that now I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. And it's not like depression reasons. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. So that does suck about like coming down from this, or I guess coming up from a mental pit. Now I just want to sleep. I'm just absolutely exhausted. But it's okay. Actually, the funny thing is for the last like at least 6 months, maybe even a year, I've been getting up at like 9:30 and like starting work at 10. And last night I decided, hey, Lua, okay, like we're snapping, like it's time to like get out of this mental fog. What can help you get out of this mental fog? Well, I think being on a routine would actually really, really help. Not that I've ever like consciously felt like, well, I guess sometimes I consciously feel like, oh, I'm not in a routine and I feel bad about it. Like it makes me feel bad. Makes me feel sick, almost like physically sick. You always reread a great book when you need something, a pick-me-up. Oh, that's a good one. I don't have, I just watch videos, I guess. But I don't really have many things that are just like, oh, that immediately makes me feel better now. So I decided like, okay, I need to get myself back on a routine. And my routine includes waking up at 7 a.m. And even though I didn't really go to sleep that much earlier last night, I woke up at 7 a.m. I think my body has physically decided that yes, this is what I need, and this will help, and this will improve my life to keep on the schedule. I made a big poster of my daily schedule. It's pretty rough. It's just like wake up at 7 a.m. actually get out of bed at 7:30 because I wake up before I get out of bed, right? And then lunchtime, working, what time I get off work, what time I eat dinner, because I haven't been eating dinner also like the last 6 months or so. That might be part of it. And like, okay, it's 6:30 every day. You're gonna do like a chore. You're like clean a room or do your dishes or something. You're gonna do a chore. And then 7 p.m. is when I'm gonna stream and stuff. And then taking a bath and then going to bed. You hate early rising? Personally, I don't have a problem with early rising. My problem is if it's too cold or if the sun isn't up. So I have no problem with it being, like, I'm not feeling tired. It's all like a matter of like actually getting out of my bed is the problem. You got up 2 minutes before your alarm today to watch the Taishi collab at 6 and felt like a champ. Ooh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I was definitely still asleep. I was definitely still asleep. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to wake up exactly 2 minutes before my alarm. Actually, until pretty much the pandemic, I used to wake up 2 minutes before my alarm every single day, like 6:58 every single day. And the pandemic hit. And everything changed when the virus nation attacked. Sunlight is a huge factor when you wake up. Yep, same. Huge factor. And this morning it was kind of cold in my room, so I also didn't want to get up. But cold is okay, because cold, I can still stay awake. I just don't want to leave my bed. But if the sun isn't up, then I don't want to be conscious. It was 3 a.m. for me. Yeah, I was dead asleep. I was dead asleep for sure. Although I woke up to that really funny fan art someone made of Taishi and Kason, where Taishi it was like handsome Squidward, and I was like, I need context for this, and I went over to the Kason's true, and it was so funny. She's so funny. You don't mind waking up before the sun. You hate when it goes down early. Yeah, that's fair. It was such good art. I almost retweeted it. I don't know. I guess I didn't for some reason. Recently, you had to set your alarm for an F1 race, but your phone crashed and there was no alarm. You still woke up 2 minutes before the alarm. Personally, if I have a lot of anxiety about waking up on time for an event, I will always wake up on time. I don't think it's ever happened, ever, that I had a lot of anxiety for being on time for something, and I didn't wake up on time, even if my alarm didn't work. Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened. I don't know what's with my internal clock. It almost makes me think that I'm like half waking up, opening my eyes, looking at the clock, and if my brain registers that it is the time that it actually wakes up, but that's That can't be true, right? That can't be true. I can't be doing that. That doesn't sound right. But it's seriously like, it seriously feels like that because it's just like so on the dot. Ah! I unplugged my camera. But yeah, so later today, I'm going to do a test mobile stream, probably while I wash my dishes. It's gonna be here on Twitch. Because me and Farah on Saturday are gonna be doing a stream like out in public. So I've never done a mobile stream before. So I need to test it and make sure everything's okay. So sometime tonight, question mark on the time, probably around 7, I'll tweet about it. I'm gonna do some sort of mobile stream. So don't be surprised when you get a notification, is all I'm saying. But it'll probably be fairly short. I'll probably just do my dishes and then that's it. But yeah, I will see you all later. I gotta go get my lunch and then actually get to work. And have a great day, have a great weekend. I'll see you guys properly on Saturday morning-ish for me, where me and Farah are gonna be playing actual tennis on YouTube. So please look forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We really enjoy playing tennis, even though one of us is very bad at it. See you later, bye! Oh no, the disappearing quack noise doesn't work on the ending stream. I need to fix that.